Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the 157 show. Once again, my name is Jonathan. Sitting over here is Austin. We got some big games coming up for you guys this week. Mississippi State, and then you guys have Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Okay, Arkansas.
Yeah. The
All right.
redheaded stepchild under Gus Malzahn, but we're not in the Gus Malzahn era anymore.
There's a weird connection there.
It's weird. We talked about it in one of the preview episodes
Yep.
of the season.
But before we get into that, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, the like button, comment below. Let us know what you guys are expecting of these games, and hopefully we can continue.
Let's avoid the trend of last week where it was 2 losses.
Yes, we need to change that this
2
week.
wins.
And I'm hoping we can do that the right way.
Alabama's got Mississippi State. So.
Yes, Alabama, Mississippi State. I mean, 3-2, Mississippi State. They their first year head coach with the Pirate, Mike Leach.
Mike Leach.
I think everybody I don't know if anyone just absolutely just said I can't just stand that guy. He is phenomenal. These questions
he's
and
like
stuff he takes.
he's a big troll.
He is.
You have Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss, and you have Mike Leach at Mississippi State. I mean, Mississippi's probably better than Alabama state-wise right now.
Right. Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah,
in terms
it's
of character.
It's crazy. I mean, I don't know, man. I have not seen one person say that I can't stand Mike Leach. He's just not funny on it. He's great, and
He's a goober.
if you interview him, there's some crazy stuff that he can just whip out of nowhere, and we'll go down this long rabbit trail. It's just I don't know. It's wild. I'm hoping Alabama can turn it around. Texas A&M loss, probably it stings a little bit for sure, but I do think we can get this dub. 3-2 Mississippi State. They've looked solid at times, and then there's other times it's like, oh my god, they're terrible.
They beat Texas A&M.
They did beat Texas A&M, who beat Alabama. So in a weird sense, I guess Mississippi State beat Alabama already.
Hey, that's how Central Florida got a national championship.
That's what from what I understand. That's true.
That's
too.
all I gotta say.
But no, I do think it's going to be a decent game. If we can come out and dominate early on, play to the Alabama standard, I think we'll be okay. There's a lot to work on in a week, but I think we have the best coach in the nation, and we can definitely fix that. So,
Are you worried about the air raid offense?
I think it's going to be a good test.
Because Mississippi State doesn't run the ball, or
No, at all.
very rarely do they run the ball.
I mean, I feel like the running back doesn't even know what to do with his hands when he gets the ball because he doesn't touch it enough. But I honestly, I'm hoping that they throw the ball as much as they do. It gives our defensive backs a lot of practice in defending, the pass and stuff like that. I'm hoping that's what happens. We'll see. What happens. But I think we can defend it well. If we can penetrate the line and get the quarterback, get early sacks and get him off his game, I think it'll help us out in the end for sure. But
Yeah, so after the tough loss to A&M, you got Mississippi State. Let's just call it a tentative win.
Yep.
We'll see how that goes. But so afterwards, you have Tennessee, LSU,
Still got to play Arkansas.
and Arkansas. You got those four. I think New Mexico State maybe.
Yeah, there's a cupcake in there somewhere.
After a tough loss versus A&M, how do you feel moving forward?
I think we're going to be okay. LSU game. Well, let me go in order for you.
And those may not be in the exact order, but they're relatively close.
Yeah, Tennessee. Okay, Tennessee has been playing good football for a change. Offensive side of the ball, they've been playing really good, running the ball. Hell, I've been keeping an eye on it. Watching it because it's an opponent that we got to play. So I'm like, let me at least check them out. They've been running the ball a lot. They put up a ton of yards on Missouri last week or this week. 1 week they put up a ton of yards on Missouri, like almost 500 yards rushing, which is wild.
Didn't they beat the Steelers at Vanderbilt, or am I thinking about the Missouri game?
It may
Because they put up like 62 points or something ridiculous.
It was something crazy like that. But
anyway.
I mean, they ran the ball so much. I mean, it was wild to see a score like that. But almost 500 yards rushing, Missouri just couldn't tackle nobody. I'm assuming, but I think that'll be a good game. Be another good test. See, we can get Mississippi State back to back with Tennessee. We get running from Tennessee, then we get our practice from the air raid from Mississippi State. So that's a good.
Arkansas is kind
good
of
test.
not an air raid, but they do throw the ball a lot. We're going to touch on that during the Auburn review portion or Auburn preview portion.
Yeah, but I will say, Arkansas, they run a lot of the newer stuff with zone reads and stuff. So I mean, that's another good test for Alabama to see. And then LSU, I just think is dog crap. But
yeah, and I don't want to touch on Auburn at all.
no, I mean LSU.
I'm going to leave that for our
yeah,
preview.
for sure, yeah. But the LSU, I think, is at times they show a lot of good things happening, and then other times it's like Yeah, this is just an average team. I want to stick with it and say, Coach O is going to be gone after this season, but
I think the question is, does he get fired mid-season or during this, or mid-season?
no, they're going to let him
after?
finish it out.
You think so?
Yeah, they're going to give him the Gene Chizik treatment. Didn't he finish his out? Didn't he?
Yeah, he barely finished Iron Bowl.
I'm just saying. I mean, they fired him probably in the locker room, but it may
He
happen.
probably knew going into that game.
Yeah, I don't see Coach O being around, after this season. I don't think, but anything's possible. But going back to Alabama, I do think we're going to be okay moving forward. So we'll just have to see. I'm excited for the Nick Saban versus Mike Leach game of the
Some personality versus a lot of personality.
exactly, and maybe Mike Leach will make Saban crack a smile at midfield or something. Who knows? At the pregame handshake, maybe he'll tell him a joke or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Auburn. Okay, I know. Arkansas.
I think that Arkansas is a one-dimensional team. I think
I can agree with that.
if they're not able to, they rely so heavily on the pass,
Right.
and they can't establish a run. I think if Auburn can establish the edge, get pressure back there, then it's a ball game.
I think Arkansas is a good team. They made it all the way to the top 10. I think it was number 8 when they played Georgia. That may have been kind of a fluky ranking just for a top 10 game.
It was a little bit. I think they're a top 20 team.
Yeah,
I don't think that
they are
they're
a
top
decent
10
team. This is
It's phenomenal.
miles ahead of where they've been.
Don't let me say that they're a top 20 team and think that I'm dogging them.
Yeah,
By no means.
they have.
Sam
but-
Pittman has turned that team around within 2 years.
Yes,
This is
and
his second year.
I honestly, watching them too, their quarterback, he's just a place. He's just holding that spot for now.
Well, yeah, so leading into that, talking about the rushing. So they have 2 running backs that have over 300 yards rushing for the year already, one of which is about to eclipse 400. He will eclipse 400
Right.
versus Auburn. And then the quarterback also has over 300 yards rushing. And to put that in comparison, he only has 1,200 yards passing.
And that's what I'm saying. See, and I've seen him play and stuff, and if you can get pressure on him, I think that's when he becomes kind of off balance and stuff.
The key is to
The dude is huge, though. I'll give him that. Good
Yeah.
Lord, he's huge.
establish the dominance,
Mhm.
win the game in the trenches, make him pass the ball.
Yep,
And I think
that's the goal.
I think they're truly just two.
And I think
one-dimensional.
that's
And
what
you
happened when he
saw
played
that
Georgia.
versus Georgia.
Yeah, when they played Georgia, that's exactly what happened.
The D line's gonna have to step up. Linebackers gonna have to kind of get into the box and
Right.
make some plays.
And Georgia's completely dominated this team. That's just the way it was. I think I can't remember what the final score was. It wasn't even close.
37-0.
Yeah, it was some. I know they didn't score, but Georgia's a little different than Auburn is.
Oh yeah, no,
build-wise.
I don't
I mean-
expect. If we want to talk about what I expect to happen, I can cover it now, or we can cover it later.
Go ahead.
So I think Auburn wins a close game.
Okay.
So I think last year's score was 30-28 or something along those lines. I think it's another close, low-scoring game.
Now, is this completely unbiased opinion, or just with the Auburn blinders on?
No, I think Auburn's the better team. That
I mean,
I could see them losing, sure, because
Yeah.
it's any given Saturday and they're at Arkansas. They're coming in with a vengeance after a close loss last year, so I can see them losing. But I think Auburn edges out, maybe an Anders Carlson.
I did pick Auburn in my pick'em. So
Yeah, no, I think that they could maybe win on a field goal. I'm not sure how close it's going to be. I do expect it to be a close game.
yeah. I mean, if you get the good Bo Nix, anything. I mean, you may blow them out the water.
Yeah,
But if you get the bad Bo Nix, I think
see,
that's when
that's
you
the
get a close
problem,
game.
though. It's not Bo Nix. I'm not trying to say that, but the problem is I think people are kind of starting to realize what Auburn is trying to achieve, and that is trying to establish a run game and let Jarquez Hunter, let Tank Bigsby do the work.
Speaking of Tank, he has not been playing that much. I feel like every time I watch, it's always the other guy.
I touched on it last week. I think there's a quad or a hip injury. Something's.
That may be what it is. Then
Now Harsin said he was fine, but that's coach
yeah.
speaking out.
I mean, I'm saying I haven't seen him just be out there and get as many carries as the other guys. So
Yeah,
that's why I
Jarquez
asked.
Hunter, and now that Sean Shivers is back in there and kind of running that little flat route, which has worked well, except versus Georgia in the first half didn't work.
Yeah. I mean, that dude's speedy though.
Oh yeah,
He's quick.
and he's also got the experience.
Yeah. I mean, what is he a senior?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he's a senior.
Yeah.
But like I said, people are kind of starting to realize what Auburn's trying to achieve, and it's easy to kind of prevent that. Just stack the box,
Yeah.
make them work for it, and make Bo Nix pass the ball.
You make Bo Nix throw, you're gonna 9 times out of 10 you're gonna win the ball game.
especially out of Auburn.
Yeah. Auburn. It's been away from home has been his kryptonite for his whole career, basically. I mean, it's been he has played like just terrible away from home.
Yeah, but the wide receivers have got to step up.
Yeah.
We touched on that in the Week 6 review, which y'all should check out. But the wide receivers have got to quit dropping the ball.
Yeah, he's got to have some help out there in some fashion. And when he throws the ball, it's in the vicinity. You got to try and make a play and step it up. And you know what I mean. That's the way it's going to have to be.
But that's really all. I don't have a whole lot on Arkansas. Under the Gus Malzahn regime, they were the redhead stepchild. He went in there and beat them. Just beat them.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to happen this year. I think it's going to be a close game. It's in Fayetteville. I wouldn't be shocked if Auburn lost, but I'm going to take Auburn with a close victory.
Oh, cool. I mean, me personally, I don't. I think it's gonna be a little bit more spread out than you're giving them credit for. Honestly, I think the blueprint for beating Arkansas is there. I think everyone's kind of seen it make them throw, and I think that may be what happened. So I think Auburn's going to end up winning. You know, maybe by say 10 points, maybe 13. So
you have more confidence in him than I do.
I don't know. I mean, I'm saying that
way.
I'm saying that as maybe like a low scoring 14-27 something like that. You know what I mean? But we'll see. I mean, it won't be long. And what time is the game? Do you know?
11 a.m.
Oh, early kickoff.
Yeah, so that's another thing. Close game. It's hard to get started in the morning. The crowd's not there. Whether it's I know it's in Fayetteville, but the crowd's probably going to be kind of the same.
Yeah.
In terms of just kind of waking up and getting going.
Well, I mean, maybe they can come out. A lot of Auburn fans tend to make that trip. I feel like because it's not that far of a drive,
About
but
10 hours.
Yeah, it's a doable drive.
I've not made it to go to the game, but I've made the trip before.
Yeah, it's a doable drive. So.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that's pretty much all I got to touch on. I mean,
it's not. This is a quick turnaround, quick week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any
Cool.
predictions for Alabama? Just quick
I
prediction
think
or anything?
I want to say Alabama's going to come out and put 40 on them.
I think it's going to be a mad Alabama. I think they're going to really stretch.
Oh yeah,
score here.
the revenge Alabama is like the worst Alabama that you can have as an opposing team. I could see like a 44-13, something like that.
No, I'm with you there.
I mean, I think you'll see a completely different team come up fired up. As long as they continue to play with that intensity going into the rest of the season, we'll be solid. So, but no, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. I think that's pretty much all we got to touch on that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, the share button. Drop comments below. What are your expectations for the games? Tell us, and we can definitely respond back to you guys and, maybe hit it up a little bit.
Yeah, we'd love to see y'all commenting down below
For sure.
Interacting with y'all.
Yep, for sure. Once again, my name is Jonathan. Sitting over here is Austin and Roll Tide.
And War Eagle.
See you guys later.